as promised, we are joined in the studio now by the ladies of Radio Suspense Theatre. Ladies, thanks so much for coming in and taking the time to talk to us about the upcoming play today.
Woohoo, we're like
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll start off here. Of course, we got Teresa Kibbe, Jade Ellis, Brianna Phipps, and Cassidy Catherine. And would you mind telling people who you play in the play, who your roles are?
Well, I'm Teresa Kibbe, and my character's name is Betty Holloway. I'm the chanteuse.
So, which basically means you get to sing.
I get to sing.
And Jade?
I'm Jade Ellis. I play Sylvia Jarvis. She is a very temperamental actress. She's appeared on both Broadway and in films. And, yeah, she's really fun and flamboyant and a little mean.
And you get to wear a hat.
I do get to wear a hat.
And she gets to wear a hat. So we've got the singer, the diva. How about you, Brianna? What is your character exactly?
Well, my name is Brianna Phipps, and I play Lois Lang, and she's been with the company for a while, and she's, like, all starstruck about Sylvia and Betty, and she's just, like, really just excited about being there.
Yes, ma'am. And Cassidy, who do you play?
My name's Cassidy Catherine, and I'm playing Jane Blaine. She's kind of done a few little shows, like The Shadow and a few things. She's sort of new to the whole production crew, but she's really this nice, sweet person, I think.
So I'm realizing right now, sitting here looking at you, this is kind of typecasting here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm realizing we have the singer.
Thanks, Greg.
The singer, the diva, the new ladies on the scene. So let's, if I may, because I'm in this play too, I guess I should say that. And I play Pete Buttons, who is a guy who's been doing vaudeville, that's been hired on by the radio station for their radio dramas and to do multiple voices and be a wackadoodle.
Talk about typecasting.
Yeah, absolutely. But so the way the radio suspense theaters work, and there have been several of them that have been written by Steve Kleberg from the college. Imagine, if you will, like a 1930s or 40s version of a WKRP show. And we have the radio station, the people who work at the radio station. We have some situations going on with them, but then that on-air light kicks on, and we deliver radio dramas, commercials, more drama around the station, more. So it's a show within a show, is what you like to say, right,
Yeah,
Teresa?
absolutely. And then Cassidy said something really good, too. I can't remember what you said.
Oh, yeah, the Radio Suspense Theater, basically, you get to see the drama in the radio shows themselves, and you get to see some drama behind the scenes when the air sign goes off.
Yes, and it's so much fun, and not to be confused, it's not a cast of all women here. There are
Right, yeah.
This is the most important cast members.
Oh, don't get me in trouble. No, I was really afraid to turn Chris loose with an open mic here on the air. Or we would have had some guys in here too. Let's make sure that everybody knows the where and the when and how to get tickets. Anybody here would like to particularly deliver us that information?
Sure. The play is going to be November 20th and 21st. That's Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m. at the Stoner Little Theater at the Community College. Tickets are $4 in advance, $6 at the door. You can call 606-451-6766 for the box office to reserve your tickets.
And it probably is a good idea. You can get them at the door. They're $6 at the door, $4 in advance, but this show is selling out pretty quickly. You might want to call that number and get in on it in advance.
That's true. And I did find out that the box office is open from 12 to 3 today, Monday through Friday. So 12 to 3, call that number, 451-6766.
451-6766.
From noon to 3. Mm-hmm.
So, Brianna, you said this will be what, your third play at the college? This is your third. What made you decide to get involved with the theater department there at S.C.C.?
Well, I went there as a freshman in high school, just, for more experience, and I didn't expect to get anything, and I did. I got a small role in the Moliere play they did, and it was a blast, and I love how all the people are and how it's run, and it's just a blast to do.
And now, Cassidy, is our rookie of this play. This is truly her first play, and I think we can all agree that she has just been hitting this thing out of the park, right?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously, you're like you are like someone who did theater and you know and came to us, but this is your first. How are you feeling about the experience so far, and what would you say to someone else who might want to get involved?
I am loving this experience. The cast has been so wonderful. They've all been so nice, and we've all had some good time to gel together. And I would think for anyone who wants to audition for theater, they should do it. I mean, everyone gets nervous. I mean, I'm pretty nervous about the show, but that's pretty natural. If you're nervous about something, that means it's worth being nervous about.
And
should be good.
And the way the auditions work at S.C.C., it's really no pressure. You know, everybody
No.
shows up. You audition. Hardly anybody during auditions gets up there by themselves and reads, right? You're always pretty much always with another person, which takes a lot of the pressure off. It's a no pressure audition, and it's completely open to the public. Anybody can do it.
And we've made a point of the old timers to make it a fun experience where we're clapping for you, and so it's actually more playtime than anything. So we try to make the auditions a super fun experience instead of a nail biting, nerve wracking thing. So
And I really like that we don't actually know what characters we're auditioning for. You just audition like everyone else has the same audition, and then you'll get cast.
Yeah.
Well, that is truly one of Steve Kleberg's true talents, is being able to, get the most out of the person for the role that they're going to play. I mean, he's truly gifted at that.
He's a genius, actually.
He really is. Now, Jade, you, like Teresa and like myself, have been doing this for a while, but you kind of went away for a while, and you've come back now. We're so glad to have you back with us.
Oh,
So
thank
if
you.
anybody who has seen Jade Ellis on stage there in the past, know that she is back and chewing,
better than ever.
chewing scenery as much as ever.
Oh, it's so good to be back. It feels like coming home. It's
and
amazing.
I should probably not be accusing anyone of chewing scenery. I realize that.
Takes one to know one.
I've said forever, I never do any real acting. I just play cartoon characters. Now, you have gone down that road also a couple times
I
yourself,
may
have you
have
not,
some
Jade?
cartoon moments, but there are also some very dramatic and heartfelt moments in every show that you have to, stop being a cartoon and be a human. But it's fun to be a cartoon sometimes.
Yeah, it's the most fun thing there is. Well, we're going to take a music break. Would you ladies like to hang out here for a little while and just
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that we wanted to be sure to do, we wanted to give credit to the whole cast and crew. Would you mind just running down the list of the people involved in the play here? Do some name dropping for us.
Well, our fantastic stage manager, who we could not actually function without, is Dana
Absolutely.
Floro. Yeah, so we are.
Thank you, Dana, for keeping
Thank
us
you.
online.
We love you, Dana. Tanya Markham is running in the control booth, doing sound. Jill Humble is on lights, and I think is this her first time doing any kind of crew tech work, so she's doing a fantastic job. Sherry Crabtree, the great Sherry Crabtree, made our costumes. So,
We love you, Sherry. Thank you
we
for
love
making
her.
us
They're so
beautiful.
fabulous.
Thanks, Sherry.
so we are very, very lucky. And the rest of the cast, there's some boys, I guess, in the cast.
There's a few. We have David Daring, and we have Chris Harris, Chris Dickens, Brian Roberts, who is spectacular.
Oh, my goodness.
He is our leading man in the show. He is surprisingly young to be so incredibly talented. And we have Mark Isham, who is also wonderful. And then there's this guy called Greg Moore. He's okay, he's all right. We'll keep him.
If he can pick the scenery out of his teeth. And also, let's take just a minute to talk about how blessed we are to have Steve Kleberg in our community here. And anybody just want to say anything particular about Steve, other than just the fact that he's awesome?
I will. He is so supportive. Like, even when I was in high school, he would come see my plays just to, show me some love. And he's awesome. Like, what else is there more to say?
And he's very good about going, not just like if you're local, but he goes up out of town to see other people's productions, people that have come, and even if they've only done one show in our community, our troupe, he tends to keep with them, on Facebook and keep tabs on them. And if they're doing another show somewhere, we have what I guess you'd call alum from the community college and also from the community in general. And he goes and sees their shows. if they do something else, like we have an artist friend who used to do shows, he's going to go up and see his show. And yeah, it's just, he's like a big brother, father, mentor.
And he's so friendly, too. Like, when I had my audition for the show, he was so supportive, and he encouraged me to, try out. And if it wasn't for him and probably the support of my family, I wouldn't be sitting here with you all today.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
It's really wonderful. So.
And, of course, Steve, particularly in a production like this, Steve wrote it. He's directing it. Steve builds the sets, and what about the set? The set, it looks like a radio studio back in the 1930s and 40s. I mean, it's a gorgeous set, isn't it? People are always surprised when they walk into that little bitty stoner theater and see how gorgeous the sets look. I mean, it just looks great, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
And again, that's all Steve.
Yeah, lighting
Yes.
design, all of it. Yeah, he's a one-man show. I mean, there are other people that come in and are involved and definitely share their talents and skills, but
His vision is really incredible, the way that he can see a show and bring it into fruition. Like, if everyone in the world had the kind of drive and just
tenacity.
tenacity,
Yeah, absolutely.
thank you. It's outstanding. Thank you, Steve, for having us all in your show.
Experience has a lot to do with that with Steve, too. He's just done it so much. I just can't imagine just starting at zero and writing and casting and lighting and sets, and I just can't even imagine that. He just does it like it's second nature.
And we did the musical last fall, so just a little foreshadowing. We are another musical next fall. So if you enjoyed Tin Pan Alley, we are doing it's not a sequel or anything, but it's set a little bit later in the time period.
Yeah, which we should mention about this Radio Suspense Theater. This is a prequel. This is like the origin story. This is it's the sixth. Is that right? Is this the sixth?
I think it is. I'm not sure. We were trying to figure out how many have been written, but I'm going to say six.
He had I think 5 Radio Suspense Theaters. Now he's gone back to do this last one and make it the origin story. This is day number 1 of Radio
Where
Suspense.
it all began.
Where it all begins.
They all come together.
And so let's remind everybody again, November 20th and 21st, that's this Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m. It is theater. 8:01, you are too late, you cannot get in. Make sure everybody knows that. Please don't bring anybody under the age of 6. Tickets are $4 in advance or $6 at the door, and you can get them in advance by calling 606-451-6766. That's 451-6766.
The box office is open 12 to 3.
12 to 3. All right, and if you do want to see it, you might want to call and get in on it because this thing appears to be selling out fast. So, again, we've been joined in the studio today by Teresa Kibbe, Jade Ellis, Brianna Phipps, and newbie Cassidy Catron. Ladies, thanks so much for coming in and talking about Radio Suspense Theater, the first episode.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.